Have you ever looked at someone and thought to yourself, what is going on inside their head? Because if you've ever had that question about me, you're about to get your answer. I want to tell you exactly what I'm thinking about at all times because it rarely changes. So I want to tell you a little bit about my favorite things to do, and I will start by telling you about how I enjoy playing football. I started playing football in around 3rd grade, but it was only flag football, and I played flag football from 3rd grade to 6th grade, and then 7th grade is when I actually started tackle football, and I played tackle football from 7th to now. And I started out wanting to be a receiver, and everybody was like, oh, you should play quarterback, but I did not want to play quarterback because I wanted to be the one to catch the ball and score touchdowns, not the one to throw the ball and watch them run and score touchdowns. But that didn't work for me because they moved me to quarterback anyway, and I've been stuck there. But one story I have from football is back when I was probably a 3rd grader, I'd say. I just started, and I was a pretty cocky kid when I was a 3rd grade flag footballer. And there was this one time where I scored. It was probably like my 4th touchdown, not to brag or anything, but after the game, my parents got mad at me because I was high stepping to the end zone like Deion Sanders, and they asked me that why I did that and that I need to act like I've been there before. So I replied with, I have 5 times. So I haven't let that story go, and they haven't either. But that was pretty much the highlight of my flag football, was scoring a bunch of touchdowns. Then once I got to tackle football, I was moved to quarterback and became the one to throw the touchdowns. And over the past 2 summers, I went to the Manning Passing Academy. As you can see here, and I've learned how to be a great quarterback, and it's been very beneficial to me. And so yeah, I enjoy playing football, one of my favorite things to do. So playing football was my first love, but then I was introduced to basketball, and that was around my 3rd grade year too. And starting out playing basketball, I kind of sucked a little bit. Couldn't dribble a ball, I couldn't shoot a ball, I couldn't score a layup. I remember the first game against Grenora, and we just got clobbered. The 3rd and 4th graders got clobbered. And all I remember is all the chubby little 3rd graders running back and forth on the floor, not knowing what they were doing at all. Then getting into 4th through 6th grade, it got better and better. And I remember in 4th grade, we were at practice, and Aiden Nordloff came up to me and he was like, okay, here's how you dribble through your legs. So then he taught me how to dribble through my legs, and then ever since then, I've actually been able to handle a ball. And then I don't think it was until 6th or 7th grade that I was actually able to consistently score a basketball. And 7th grade was when I could shoot a 3. So everything's gotten better since then. And some of my best memories come from playing basketball. We went to state last year and competed in the state BA basketball tournament. And those are some memories that I will never forget. So I'm grateful for those. And I also plan to play college basketball. So I love playing basketball and football, but I also really enjoy watching basketball and football. So watching football, I like that way more than watching basketball. And to prove that, I have this picture of me as probably, I don't know, a 2-year-old watching Broncos versus Ravens game. And I'm locked in on the TV, and it's been like that pretty much my whole life. And so from probably August 31st to February 2nd, all I'm doing is watching football, unless it's Tuesday and Wednesdays. Those are my depressing days. Every other day I'm watching football. You'll rarely catch me doing anything else. So Saturdays are for Bison and the Fighting Irish. Me and my dad, and sometimes my mom, are watching the games, and we do that all day. Sit on the couch and binge out and watch football. And it's pretty much the same on Sundays. Me, my mom, and dad all have our different fantasy football teams and watch our players. But then once the Cowboys game starts, we're all locked in on the TV and we don't move for probably 3.5 hours. And then my brother's sometime watching the game, but usually my sister's in her room watching Hallmark Christmas movies, even though it's August. So now you know that I love watching football, but I also enjoy watching basketball. And what the NBA and college season starts around the end of October, so once that starts, then my Tuesday and Wednesdays get a little better because I actually have something to do. So then once football ends, it's basketball every day. Every day I set alerts for when the game starts so I can get on my TV and start watching the games. And then sometimes I wonder, like, what do girls do that, or even boys do that hate watching sports? Because I couldn't imagine not watching sports. It's 75% of my day. So then there was one time I loved the Warriors when I was like a 7th grader, and I had Camp Bentley, and it was Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and I really wanted to watch the game. So my parents I told them I'm not going unless they let me watch the game. So then we went to Minot before continuing our trip to Camp Bentley. We watched Game 7 of the NBA Finals at Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's a moment we'll never forget because of this.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup, oh, blocked by James! LeBron James with the rejection. Wow. His 3rd block of the game as we come up on 1.5 minutes remaining. But again, get into your stuff quicker. 4 to shoot. James inside, little jump up. Irving and Curry, 1-on-1. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown! And the Cavaliers by 3.
Irving raises up, contested 3 is up and good for Kyrie Irving!
Wow.
92-89.
Picked up by Steph Curry, 6 to shoot. He's at the right point. He center steps. He launches a 3. Hey! Nailed it! 53 seconds to go. Cavaliers 92, Warriors 89. Irving has 26. Oh, what a clutch shot for the 5th-year man out of Duke. 4-point play for Jeff Van Gundy. Iguodala to inbound. Shumpert trying to stay with Curry. Catches. 1 dribble, steps back, puts up a 3. Won't go. Rebound tip taken by Speights. Final seconds. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions.
So in conclusion, the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead, and I cried the rest of the way to Camp Bentley, and let's just say it was a very depressing week. So today I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and what I like to do on a daily basis. I told you about how I love playing football, playing basketball, and watching football and basketball. So now, if you guys are ever looking at me and you wonder what the heck is going on inside his head, you know.